Destiny Williams sat in her car staring at her phone. 2 messages, side by side. The first one, congratulations, you have won $92,000 in the Florida Mega Millions lottery. The second one, 3 seconds later, from her brother Marcus. Destiny, car broke down again. Need $300 for alternator. Zealot tonight. Thanks. Not, can you help? Not, please. Not even a question mark. Just, zealot tonight. Thanks. Like she was a bank. Like she'd always been. Her hands shook. $92 million on one screen. $300 demanded on the other. The irony was so sharp it could cut. She turned off her phone, started her car. The engine rattled, threatening to die like it always did. And instead of driving to the lottery office, instead of screaming or celebrating or calling anyone, she opened her DoorDash app, accepted an order for Popeye's chicken, because right then, sitting in that hot car with broken AC, sweat running down her back, still wearing her dental clinic scrubs, Destiny Williams made a decision. She was going to test them, all of them, and she already knew they were going to fail. Listen, before I tell you what happened next, I need you to do something. Drop your city in the comments right now. I want to see how far this story travels. New York? London? Lagos? Dubai? Let me know. And if you've ever been the person everyone calls when they need money, but nobody calls just to see if you're okay, hit that subscribe button, because what this family does when they think she has nothing and what they do when they find out the truth, you need to see this all the way through. Trust me on that. 3 days earlier, Destiny had been standing at the 7-Eleven on 27th Avenue. Everyone at the dental clinic was talking about the lottery. Dr. Martinez's wife bought 20 tickets. The receptionist bought 10. Destiny bought 1. Quick pick, $2. Put it in her wallet. Forgot about it. Until Tuesday, 4:47 p.m. The notification. She'd sat in her car for 20 minutes. Couldn't move. Couldn't think. Just stared at the screen. Then Marcus's text came through, and something cold settled over her. Not anger, clarity. She worked her DoorDash shift that night like nothing had changed. $12.50 per hour plus tips. Marcus kept texting, Destiny, where are you? I need that $300 tonight. The shop closes at 6. Why aren't you answering? This is really selfish, Destiny. Whatever, I'll figure it out myself, like I always do. That last message, like he always does. Marcus, who hadn't paid his own car insurance in 2 years, who'd never paid her back for anything, who was planning a $6,000 vacation while she was trying to figure out how to afford new tires, like he always does. Destiny got home at midnight, spread Marcus's messages across her phone, started making a list, everything she'd given them, everything they'd taken. The list was long. Marcus's car insurance, $520 per month. 4 months, $2,080. Her mother's Best Buy credit card that Marcus maxed out, $2,100. Cousin Shanice living with her for 8 months, at least $8,000 in groceries, utilities, space. But the memories were worse than the money. Age 16, summer job at Burger King. Every shift, every dollar saved. $1,200 in the bank for college. One Saturday, the account was empty. Her mother, Gloria, was in the kitchen when she got home. Mama, my savings account is empty. Gloria didn't look up. Marcus needed it. 3 words, like that explained everything. Marcus needed my college money. He has an opportunity. Car detailing business with Dwayne. He needs $1,500 to be a partner. But Mama, you have a scholarship. You're smart. You'll figure it out. Gloria finally looked at her. Marcus needs help. Family helps family. Destiny was 16. What could she say? The business lasted 3 months. She never saw a dollar back. But those words branded into her memory. You'll figure it out. You always do. And she did. 3 part-time jobs through college, student loans, $28,000 in debt by graduation. While Marcus jumped from scheme to scheme, always needing help, always getting it. Now, 13 years later, Destiny sat in Hakeem Washington's law office, 31st floor, glass tower in Brickell. Let me make sure I understand. Hakeem leaned back. You won $92 million 3 days ago, haven't told anyone, and you want to test your family by pretending to be broke. $2,500. That's all I'm asking for. Destiny's voice was steady. I did get an eviction notice. My landlord raised the rent $400, so it's not a complete lie. I just won't mention I can pay it 90,000 times over. Why? Because I need to know. I need to know who they are when they think I have nothing. And if they fail, then I'll know exactly what I'm dealing with. Hakeem studied her. This will change everything. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. I already know the truth. I just need them to prove it. I can set up the trust, keep you anonymous. It'll take about a week. Do it. 8 days later, the wire transfer completed. Account balance, 40 cents out of them $800,000. Destiny stared at the number, felt nothing. No joy, no relief, just purpose. Congratulations, Miss Williams. Hakeem extended his hand. Your life just changed. No, my life changed when I decided to find out the truth. This is just ammunition. Sunday dinner, 5 p.m., her mother's house in Little Haiti. Never missed, never skipped. Destiny pulled up at 5:15, Marcus's black Charger in the driveway, the one she'd paid insurance on. She heard them before she opened the door. Laughter, music, family. Destiny, Gloria appeared. Brief hug, obligatory. You're late. DoorDash ran long. Still doing that? Brittany's voice cut from the living room. Marcus's wife, 28, blonde, sitting next to Marcus like royalty. Girl, you need a better side hustle. Or honestly, a man who can take care of you. Destiny headed for the kitchen. Jerk chicken, rice and peas, plantains. So I found this incredible deal, Marcus called out. Turks and Caicos, 5 days, all inclusive, 6,000. Brittany needs a baby moon before the baby comes. Gloria beamed. My grandbaby deserves the best. Brittany rubbed her flat stomach. 6,000 isn't even that much when you think about it. The resort has an amazing spa. 6,000. Not much. Destiny sat down. Everyone filled their plates. Marcus talking about swim-up bars. Gloria asking about ultrasounds. Brittany showing Instagram. Destiny waited. Let them get comfortable. Then she spoke. I'm in trouble. Fork stopped. The TV suddenly too loud. Gloria looked up. What? I'm about to be evicted. Marcus laughed. Full bark. What? Destiny? Seriously? My landlord raised my rent $400. I couldn't cover it. 3 days late. They gave me 72 hours. If I don't pay by Wednesday, they're changing the locks. How much? Gloria's voice wasn't concerned. Irritated. 2,500. Late fees. Increase. Next month's rent. I'll pay everyone back. 2,500? Marcus shook his head. Little sis, learn to manage your money. You work 2 jobs. How are you broke? The question hung there. Where's your money going? His car insurance, her mother's credit card, Shanice's groceries, student loans because her college savings disappeared. Destiny didn't say that. Not yet. I've had expenses, medical bills, car repairs. I just need help this one time. Brittany scoffed into her wine. Maybe try budgeting apps. Starbucks adds up. Destiny didn't go to Starbucks. She made instant coffee because it was cheaper. Gloria set her fork down. Sharp sound. Destiny, I'm on a fixed income. My pension has to last. I can't pull $2,500 out of thin air. I'm not asking for a gift, Mama. I'll pay you back. When? The word cut. When will you pay me back? You work 2 jobs and can't pay rent. So when? The logic circular and crushing. I just need this one time. Marcus stood, stretched. Destiny, I love you, but I can't help. Brittany's pregnant. We have a baby coming. We have to save every penny. That's what being an adult means. Priorities. But I've helped you. That's different. That was family helping family. This is you not managing money. This is a pattern, Destiny. You're always having some crisis. Always having some crisis. Every time she'd helped him, every dollar, every midnight drive. And this is what he saw. Mama, please, I don't have anywhere else. Gloria stood, picked up her plate. Then maybe you need to make changes. Get a roommate. Move somewhere cheaper. She walked to the kitchen, turned her back. Destiny sat there, surrounded by family, and she had her first answer. Marcus stepped onto the porch after dinner. Destiny followed. Marcus. He turned. Yeah? Can we talk? Heavy sigh. I already told you? Please, I'm really scared. You're always having some problem. When have I ever asked you for money? You're always implying it, always talking about how hard things are. Because things are hard. I work 50 hours. Then work smarter, not harder. Like a LinkedIn post. I'm about to be a father. I have to protect my family. What about my future? You don't have kids. You don't have the same responsibilities. You can eat ramen, sleep on someone's couch. My baby can't. The door opened. Brittany attached to Marcus's arm. Everything okay? Yeah, babe. Destiny was just leaving. Actually, Destiny's voice harder now. I wanted to remind you of something. I paid your car insurance for 4 months. That's $2,080. His smirk dropped. That was temporary. And last month I paid off Mama's Best Buy credit card. The one you maxed out buying furniture. And that TV we were just watching. $2,100. Brittany's face tightened. Over $4,000 this year. I never asked for it back. Marcus stepped forward. Voice low, mean. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's your job. You're the sister. You help. That's how families work. When do you help me? I'm about to have a baby. Everything I do is for my child. Brittany jumped in. Maybe if you had a better job or a man to support you, you wouldn't be in this position. Instead of bothering us with your drama. They went inside. Door slammed. Lock clicked. Destiny stood there and realized something. She wasn't sad. She was relieved. Now she knew. But the test wasn't complete. She drove to Coral Gables, cousin Shanice's apartment. The nice 2-bedroom Shanice moved into after living with Destiny for 8 months. Shanice answered in yoga pants, hair messy, kids watching TV behind her. Destiny, what are you doing here? Destiny told her. Eviction, $2,500, 72 hours. Shanice's face changed. Surprise, concern, calculation. Oh, honey, that's rough. I know it's a lot, but when you needed a place, and I'm so grateful. Quick interruption. But right now, I'm barely making it. Keon's braces were $800. I'm behind on rent. Destiny looked past her. New couch, big TV, fresh paint. But you know what? Shanice brightened. There's this place on Flagler. Payday loans. Expensive, like 400% interest. But if you're desperate, she was offering a trap. Predatory debt. just to get Destiny off her doorstep. Thanks. I'll look into it. Shanice closed the door. Destiny sat in her car, called Uncle Raymond, her mother's brother, the man whose life she'd saved 6 months ago. 2 a.m. Wednesday. His call woke her. Chest pains. Couldn't breathe. Girlfriend in Key West. Destiny drove 45 minutes south. Heart pounding. Got him to the hospital. Held his hand through 4 hours of tests. The doctor. If you'd waited another hour, his heart attack would have been massive. Fatal. She'd saved his life. Destiny. Baby girl. She told him everything. Rent. Eviction. $2,500. Fear. The warmth disappeared. That's tough, niece. Real tough. I'm really scared, Uncle Raymond. These are hard times. Economy's tight. Money's tight all around. Then she heard it. Background noise, crowd roaring, sports announcer, video game sounds. Uncle Raymond, is that your TV? Huh? Oh yeah, background. Sounds nice. Picked up a 75-inch last month. Picture's beautiful, crystal clear. The TV Destiny paid for. $2,100. 6 months ago, I drove 45 minutes in the middle of the night to save your life. Silence. And now I'm asking for help, and you're watching a TV I paid for while telling me money's tight. More silence. Then defensive. Now Destiny. That ain't fair. You gotta learn to stand on your own feet. Can't be depending on family for everything. Destiny hung up. No goodbye. Just pressed end. She sat there. The list ran through her head. Marcus. No. Gloria. No. Shanice. Worse than no. Offered predatory debt. Uncle Raymond. No. Every single person she'd sacrificed for. Every person she'd bled for. Not one would give her $2,500 to keep her off the street while planning $6,000 vacations. Buying designer clothes. Watching TVs she paid for. Her hands didn't just steer the car. They knew where to go. Muscle memory. Liberty City. Ms. Pearl's building. Ms. Pearl Batiste. 71. From Port-au-Prince. Her grandmother Althea's best friend for 50 years. Destiny climbed 3 flights. Elevator broke in 6 years. Knocked on 304. The door opened. Warm air. Sweet, buttery smell. Destiny child. Miss Pearl stood there. House dress. Apron. Gray hair in a bun. Face lighting up. Come in. I'm just wrapping corn muffins for church tomorrow. Destiny sat on the plastic-covered couch and broke. She told Miss Pearl everything. Not the lottery, but the eviction. The fear. The family. How everyone turned their backs. Miss Pearl just listened. Kept working. Wrapping muffins in foil. Didn't interrupt. Didn't gasp. Didn't judge. Just listened like what Destiny said mattered. When Destiny finished, voice raw, Miss Pearl wrapped the last muffin, taped the box shut, wiped her hands, walked to her bedroom. Destiny heard a drawer open. Oh no. Miss Pearl came back holding a white envelope, worn soft. On the front, rent, December. Ms. Pearl, no, it's not $2,500. Her voice firm. It's what I got. $720, my December rent. But you take it. Destiny stared. This 71-year-old woman on Social Security was offering her rent money. Take it, baby. Ms. Pearl held it out. It'll buy time. Sleep here on the couch. We'll go to St. Mary's tomorrow. Emergency fund, Tuesday the food bank. We'll figure this out. Destiny pulled back. I can't take your rent. You'll get evicted. Ms. Pearl grabbed her hand, strong grip, forced the envelope into it. Listen to me, Destiny Williams. Haitian accent thicker. Money comes back. $1 is just $1. But your dignity, your spirit, that's something else. You don't let nobody take that. She squeezed tight. Your grandmother Althea would never let you sleep in the street. Never. Not while there was breath in her body, and not while there's breath in mine. Miss Pearl looked her dead in the eyes. Family ain't blood, baby. Family is the hand that reached down to pull you up, not the one that pushed you down. Destiny looked at the envelope. $720. Everything Miss Pearl had. She broke. Fell into Miss Pearl. Buried her face in her apron. Sobbed. This was the first time she'd cried since that lottery notification. Winning $92 million had been shocking, surreal, but not emotional. This was emotional. This poor, elderly woman who had nothing was offering everything. Miss Pearl didn't pat her back, didn't shush her, just held her, tight, like destiny was precious, worth holding. I got you, child. Let it all out. Destiny cried for the mother who chose Marcus, for the brother who used her, for 29 years of never being enough. When her sobs quieted, Miss Pearl handed her a paper towel. Why? Destiny whispered. Why are you so good to me when they're so cruel? Miss Pearl smiled, sad and sweet. Because I see you, baby. I always seen you, just like Althea did. The memory hit. You remember my junior prom? I remember. Age 17, dress at Macy's, dark green, beautiful. $65. Gloria said no. Wasteful. $65 for one night? No. Next day, Destiny heard her mother on the phone, laughing. Girl, I just gave Marcus $200 for Jordans. All the boys got them. I got to make sure my son looks sharp. $200 for shoes, but $65 for prom was wasteful. Destiny came to this apartment, cried on this couch. Miss Pearl disappeared into her bedroom, came back with a dress, dark blue velvet, from her niece's wedding in 1992, stayed up all night at her sewing machine, cut the sleeves, took in the waist, added seed pearls from an old purse. You look like a queen. That's Althea's granddaughter. Royalty. Looking at Miss Pearl now, Destiny whispered, You're more family than they ever were. Miss Pearl squeezed her hand. Then act like it. Hold your head up. You're a diamond. Solid all the way through. They just cheap glitter. Destiny took a breath. Tears, done. Something new rising. Cold. Hard. Certain. She placed the envelope back in Miss Pearl's hand. I can't take this. Destiny, but I promise you something. On my grandmother's grave, you will never worry about rent again. Never. Miss Pearl looked confused. Child, what you talking about? Just trust me. When your lease comes up next month, don't sign it. Trust me. Destiny hugged her, breathed in the familiar smell. Cocoa butter, vanilla, safety. Then left. 3 flights down, got in her car, sat in the dark, pulled out her phone, scrolled past Marcus, past Gloria, found the number saved last week. Hakeem Washington, attorney at law, 2 rings. Law offices of Hakeem Washington. This is Destiny. Williams, I need to speak with Mr. Washington, urgent. 1 moment. Destiny looked in the rearview mirror, eyes red from crying, but not sad anymore. Decided. Ms. Williams, everything all right? Everything's perfect. The test is complete. Every single one failed. Brother, mother, cousin, uncle. Everyone I sacrificed for turned their backs. She smiled. Not warm, not happy. The smile of someone who'd watched enemies walk into a trap. And now I'm ready. Ready for what? To set the real trap. They failed the most important test of their lives, and now they're going to pay. What do you need? Destiny's voice steady, calm, ice cold. I need you to find out everything about my grandmother's house, the one she left to me, Marcus, and my mother. Because I have a feeling Marcus is about to try something, and when he does, I want to be ready to take everything. I'll start tomorrow. Good, because they thought I had nothing, thought I was desperate and helpless. They have no idea I'm sitting on $47.8 million. She paused. And they're about to find out what happens when you turn your back on someone who has the power to destroy you. The next morning, Destiny stood in Hakeem's office, but she looked different. Not the scared woman from last week. Tell me about your grandmother's property. Destiny sat down. Over town, Northwest 3rd Avenue. Grandmother Althea bought it in 1967 for $8,000. She raised my mother there. When she died 8 years ago, she left it to the three of us, 1/3 each, me, Marcus, Mama. Current condition? Empty. No one's lived there since Grandma died. Roof leaks, windows boarded, looks abandoned. Hakeem made notes. And your family wants to sell? Marcus texted me last night. Destiny pulled out her phone, showed him. Says he found a buyer, offering $180,000. My share would be $60,000. Hakeem stopped writing, looked up. Over town, Northwest 3rd Avenue, near the park? 3 blocks from Overtown Park. He set down his pen. Miss Williams, do you know what property there is worth now? No, I work in dentistry and drive DoorDash. I don't know real estate. That neighborhood has gentrified extensively. Properties are selling for $600,000 to $900,000, even in poor condition. He pulled up his computer, typed fast. What's the address? She told him. His fingers flew. Tax records, recent sales, comparable properties. His face got darker with each click. Miss Williams. He turned the monitor. Comparable properties, houses in similar condition, sold in the last 6 months for $780,000 to $850,000. The number hung there. Your 1/3 share is worth approximately $260,000 to $280,000. Your brother is offering you $60,000. Destiny felt her jaw tighten. He's stealing $200,000 from me. Yes, and from your mother, though she may not know. Can you prove it? If we can prove he knew the actual value and deliberately misrepresented it, yes. But that's difficult. He looked at her carefully. Unless we catch him in the act. What do you mean? You said he wants you to sign papers. What kind of papers? I don't know. Just said there'd be a signing. Some title office his friend uses. Hakeem's eyes narrowed. His friend? Not the legitimate title company? Don't think so. Miss Williams, I need you to do something. Call your brother. Tell him you'll sign. Tell him you're desperate, need the money now. Set up the signing. But before you sign anything, I want to see those documents. And then we'll know exactly what trap he's setting, and we'll set a better one. Destiny pulled out her phone right there, called Marcus. He answered first ring. Destiny, you ready to be reasonable? She made her voice small, defeated. Marcus, I'll sign. You're right. I need the money. Can't lose my apartment. His voice changed instantly, smooth, almost kind. Hey, sis, that's smart. Really smart. This is good for all of us. When? Tomorrow. I'll text you the address. Title office my friend uses. Quick and easy. You sign, I hand you $60,000. Problem solved. $60,000 for my third of the house. Right. Your third of 180. Already talked to Mama, she's good. Of course she was. Getting 60 for her third too. Neither knowing they were losing over 500,000 together. Okay, tomorrow. Good girl, sis. See? Family takes care of family. He hung up. Destiny looked at Hakeem. He's doing it tomorrow. Then we work tonight. He pressed a button. Sharon, cancel my appointments. Get me everything on property transfers in Overtown. Fraud cases. Also need Randy from digital forensics. He looked at Destiny. When you go to that signing tomorrow, you're wearing a wire. A wire, like FBI. Recording device, so small, looks like a pen in your pocket. Florida's two-party consent for recordings, but there's an exception for documenting criminal activity when you're the victim. What your brother's doing, if he's misrepresenting value, that's fraud. We need it on tape. What if he searches me? He won't. He thinks you're desperate, thinks he's already won. Hakeem smiled thin. Men like your brother never see the trap until it's too late. The text came that evening. Destiny eating leftover DoorDash. Canceled customer order. Marcus. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., Express Docks and Notary. Morse Team 523, SW 8th Street. Bring ID. Don't be late. Destiny Googled it. Strip mall. Between check cashing and discount wigs. Not a law office. Not legitimate title company. Notary in a strip mall. She called Hakeem. Perfect, he said when she told him. He's not even trying to hide it. Meet me at my office tomorrow at noon. We'll get you prepared. That night, Destiny couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at the water stain on the ceiling she'd stared at for 3 years. Thought about her grandmother, Althea Williams, born Georgia, 1932. Moved to Miami, 1956. Worked as seamstress, housekeeper, whatever she could find. Saved every penny. Bought that house in 1967 when the neighborhood was still called Colored Town. Raised Gloria there. Fed her, clothed her, sent her to nursing school, gave her everything. And Gloria was about to let Marcus sell it for a fraction of its value. Cheat Destiny out of her inheritance. Last time Destiny saw her grandmother, 21, home from college for Christmas, Althea in the hospital, dying of pneumonia. Mind slipping in and out, but she grabbed Destiny's hand. Strong grip, pulled her close. Destiny, voice rough, don't let them make you small. You hear? You're the strong one. You're the one who'll make something. Don't let them take that. I won't, Grandma. And that house is for you, for all of you. Don't let it go for nothing. That house is your foundation, your inheritance. You make sure they do right by it. I will. Althea squeezed once more, closed her eyes, died 2 days later. Destiny hadn't thought about those words in years, but lying there, they came back crystal clear. Don't let it go for nothing. She wasn't going to. Next day, noon, Destiny stood in Hakeem's office wearing different clothes than she arrived in. His assistant Sharon had taken her shopping during lunch, not Ross. Real boutique in Brickell. Gray blouse, black pants. Professional, but not too professional. And in the pocket, device that looked like a pen but was actually high-definition recording. Remember, Hakeem going over instructions. Try to get him to verbally confirm what you're signing. Ask questions. Make him explain. The more he says, the better. What if he won't talk? He'll talk. Men like your brother can't resist explaining how smart they are. Sharon handed her a small purse. Your phone's in here. Also recording as backup. Don't touch it. Don't fidget. Act natural. If something goes wrong, Hakeem handed her a card. You feel unsafe. Anything seems dangerous, you leave. Call this number. My direct cell. I'll have someone there in minutes. You think it could get dangerous? No. I think your brother is greedy and fraudulent, not violent. But I don't take chances with clients. Destiny nodded. Okay, I'm ready. One more thing. Hakeem handed her a folder. Take this. Don't open it. Don't show anyone. But if he hands you papers, and they're what I suspect, put them in this folder. Tell him you need to review with your lawyer before signing. Won't that make him suspicious? Maybe, but it gives us the documents. Shows intent, that you weren't willingly signing something you didn't understand. Destiny took the folder, hands shaking slightly. "Miss Williams." Hakeem's voice gentle. "You don't have to do this. We can pursue this legally without the recording." "No, I want to hear him say it. I want proof of exactly who he is." She drove to the strip mall. Express, docs, and notary exactly what she expected. Dingy office, flickering, fluorescent lights, cheap plastic chairs, bored notary behind folding table. Marcus and Brittany already there. Marcus in his only suit, shiny, too tight. Brittany in tight leopard print, scrolling her phone. Bored. "Destiny!" Marcus jumped up, all smiles. "Right on time. Good. Let's get this done." "Hi, Marcus. Brittany." Brittany looked up. Dismissive once over. Back to phone. The notary grunted. "You Destiny Williams?" "Yes." "ID." She handed her license. He barely looked. Made a copy. Slid it back. Marcus pulled out papers from manila folder. Pushed them toward her with cheap pen that had fake flower taped to it. "All right, this is simple. Sign here, here, last page. Notary stamps it. I give you the money." He patted his jacket pocket. Bulging. "Got it right here. 60,000 cash." Destiny looked at the stack, heart pounding. Recording device in her pocket felt like it weighed 100 pounds. Wow, that's a lot of pages. Just legal stuff. Standard. "Can I read it first?" Marcus's smile tightened. "Sis, it's like 20 pages of legal jargon. You'll be here all day." "But it's a lot of money. I just want to make sure." "You understand you're getting 60,000, Brittany interrupted, not looking up. "That's what you need to understand." Destiny let her hands shake, let herself look confused. Everything they expected. "I'm just nervous." "Just sign the paper, Destiny," Brittany snapped. "Some of us have places to be." Destiny picked up the papers, started reading the first page. Title in bold capital letters made her blood run cold. Disclaimer of interest and renunciation of inheritance. Not a purchase agreement. Not a sale. Disclaimer of inheritance. Her eyes flew down the page, key phrases jumping out. Hereby permanently and irrevocably disclaims, renounces, and refuses to accept any and all rights, title, and interest in the estate of Althea Williams, deceased. They weren't buying her share. They were tricking her into giving it up for nothing. She flipped to the back. Separate document stapled. Personal loan agreement. This agreement made between Marcus Williams, lender, and Destiny Williams, borrower. Lender agrees to loan borrower the sum of $60,000. Borrower agrees to repay said amount plus 25% interest within 12 months. She had to read it twice. They weren't buying her share for $60,000. They were stealing her inheritance for free and putting her $60,000 in debt to Marcus. Destiny looked up. Marcus watching. Brittany scrolling. Notary cleaning fingernails. This is a lot of words. I don't really understand all this legal language. That's why you have us. Marcus smooth. That's family helping you navigate this stuff. But it says disclaimer of interest. What's that mean? Just legal talk for you agreeing to sell your share. All this lawyer jargon means the same thing. You're transferring your third to the buyer. You get your money. Every word a lie. Right to her face. Confidently. And this loan agreement? Just paperwork for the 60. Formality. Nobody's actually going to enforce it. Just in case IRS asks questions about cash transfer. Makes it look official. More lies. So I just sign? You just sign. Destiny let the pen shake in her hand. Let herself look overwhelmed, stupid. Everything they thought she was. She fumbled. The pen slipped, fell to the floor, rolled under the table. Oh God, I'm sorry. She bent down, disappeared below the table. Her hand darted to her pocket, pressed the button on the recording pen, making absolutely sure it was recording. Came back up, face flushed. Sorry, I'm so clumsy. Just sign, Destiny. Brittany's voice sharp. Seriously. Destiny held the pen over the first signature line. So just to be completely clear, I sign this, you give me $60,000, and that's for my part of Grandma's house, right? My third? Yes, Destiny. Brittany exploded, slammed her phone down. That is exactly what it is. You sign the damn paper, we give you the money for your part of the house. That's it. That's what we've been saying for 20 minutes. Now sign it so we can go. We have a spa appointment in Coral Gables at 4. There it was, on recording, crystal clear. Marcus shot Brittany a look. She'd said too much, but too late. Destiny looked down at the signature line, her hand perfectly steady now. She signed every place they'd marked. Disclaimer, loan agreement, 6 times total. Notary stamped each page, barely looking. Marcus pulled out the envelope, thick with cash, counted it on the table. $100 bills, $60,000. There you go, sis, all taken care of. His smile wide, victorious. This is good for everyone. You got your money, you can pay rent. We can all move forward. Thank you, Destiny whispered, put the cash in her purse, stood on shaky legs. You okay to drive? Marcus actually laughed. You look like you're going to pass out. I'm fine, just relieved. That's what family does. Those words again. That's what family does. Destiny walked out of that office, got in her car, drove 3 blocks, pulled into McDonald's parking lot, called Hakeem Washington. I have it. Everything. The recording? Clear as day. Brittany confirmed on tape I was signing to sell my share for $60,000. And the documents? Not a sale agreement. Disclaimer of inheritance. They tried to make me give up my entire inheritance for nothing, and the 60 is a loan with 25% interest. Silence. Then quietly, those motherfuckers. First time she'd heard Hakeem curse somehow made her feel better. They tried to steal $260,000 and put me $60,000 in debt. What they did is criminal fraud, federal fraud. This is slam dunk. What now? Now we set the final trap. Call your mother right now. Sound panicked, scared. Tell her you read the papers. Think Marcus tricked you. Tell her you talked to a lawyer. The lawyer said it's fraud. Say you want to fix this. All of you together. My office. She won't come. She will, because you're going to tell her if you don't fix this, your lawyer will sue. And you're going to tell her you're moving into your grandmother's house tonight, not letting anyone sell it until this is resolved. Why would that make her come? Because if you occupy that property, they can't sell it. Can't sell a house with you living in it. They'll come to stop you, to convince you, to control the situation. When? Tell them tomorrow, 10 a.m. Destiny looked at the $60,000 in her purse. Money she didn't need. Money that was bait. Money that was evidence. Set the trap. She called her mother from that parking lot. Made her voice high, panicked. Mama, something's wrong. Destiny? What are you talking about? The papers. The ones Marcus had me sign. I looked at them again and they're not right. What do you mean not right? You signed them. It says it's a loan. Says I have to pay Marcus back with interest. And it says something about renouncing inheritance. I got scared and called one of those free legal aid places. The man said it looks like fraud. He said, what? Background. Marcus, get in here. Mama, please. I just want to fix this. Can we meet? Me, you, Marcus, at my lawyer's office? Make sure everything's okay? Your lawyer? You hired a lawyer? panic sharp in her voice. Free legal aid. He said if the papers are wrong, he'll help me. But Mama, I don't want to sue. I just want to make sure I didn't make a mistake. Please. Marcus's voice background. Angry. Indistinct. Gloria back. When? Tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. I'll text you the address. We'll be there. And Destiny? You better not be trying to pull something. You signed those papers. You took the money. I know, Mama. I just want to make sure everything's right. For all of us. She hung up without goodbye. Destiny sat there. McDonald's parking lot. And she smiled. The trap was set. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., they'd walk into Hakeem Washington's office thinking they were coming to intimidate her, control the situation, shut down her free legal aid lawyer. They had no idea they were walking into a room with $1,000 an hour attorney, recorded confession, fraudulent documents, and a woman with $47.8 million who had nothing left to lose. She drove home, went inside, spread the $60,000 cash on her bed, took a picture, put it in a large Ziploc bag, wrote, "Evidence do not touch" in marker, put it in her closet. That money wasn't hers. That money was leverage. She called Ms. Pearl. "Ms. Pearl, I need to ask you something." "Anything, child." "Your lease, it's up in 3 weeks, right?" "That's right. They sending the new lease tomorrow. Going up $50 a month. I don't know how. Don't sign it. Whatever you do, don't sign that lease." "But Destiny, if I don't sign, where will I? Do you trust me?" Pause. Then steady. "With my life, baby." "Then trust me now. Don't sign it. In 3 weeks, you'll understand. You're never going to worry about rent again." After they hung up, Destiny made one more call. Overtown Housing Coalition. This is Janet. "Hi, Janet. My name is Destiny Williams. I'm calling about the Emergency Housing Fund and renovation grants." "Yes, ma'am. How can I help?" "I own a property on Northwest 3rd Avenue. Currently vacant. Needs renovation. I'm interested in turning it into transitional housing for women. Young women of color getting back on their feet. Not just housing, financial literacy, legal aid, job training, full program." "That's wonderful. We'd love to discuss partnerships. Do you have funding?" Destiny smiled. "Yes, ma'am. I have funding." "How much are you looking to invest?" She did the math. Renovation, 6 months operating costs, staff salaries, program materials, emergency funds. "Let's start with 500,000, with plans to expand." Dead silence. "I'm sorry. Did you say $500,000? "Yes, ma'am. And I'd like to move quickly. Can we meet next week?" "We can meet tomorrow if you'd like." "Next week is better. I have family business to handle first." She hung up. Tomorrow, she would face them. Tomorrow, they'd learn the truth. Tomorrow, everything would change. But tonight, she was Destiny Williams, 29 years old, holder of $47.8 million, and she was finally taking control. She set her alarm for 6 a.m. She needed to look perfect tomorrow, look like the woman she was becoming, not the woman they thought she was. She fell asleep, not with anxiety, but anticipation. The trap was set, and they were about to walk right into it. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. Destiny didn't hit snooze. She was already awake. She stood in front of her closet. The navy Ross dress hung there. 3 years old, the dress of someone who had nothing. She pulled it out, looked at it, put it back. Today, she needed to look like who she was, not who they thought she was. By 7:30 a.m., she was at Nordstrom in Aventura Mall. The store had just opened. A saleswoman approached, professional smile already forming the judgment that Destiny had seen 1,000 times. Cheap clothes, can't afford anything here. "Can I help you find something?" Yes. Destiny's voice steady. I have a business meeting at 10. I need a suit. Something that says I'm not someone you mess with. The saleswoman's eyebrows went up slightly. Of course. What's your budget? I don't have one. 30 minutes later, Destiny stood in the fitting room wearing a charcoal gray suit that cost $1,200. Tailored. Sharp. The kind of suit that made people take you seriously. The saleswoman nodded. That's the one. I'll take it. And I need shoes. Heels. Black. We have some beautiful Louboutins. Show me. At 9:15, Destiny walked into Hakeem Washington's office building. The security guard, who usually ignored her, did a double take. Can I help you, ma'am? 31st floor. I have a meeting with Hakeem Washington. She rode the elevator up, watched her reflection in the polished steel doors. She looked different. She looked like she belonged here. Hakeem was waiting in his office. He stood when she walked in. Actually stood. Miss Williams? Do I look ready? You look like a CEO. Good, because I need them to see exactly who they're dealing with. They're going to be here in 30 minutes. Hakeem gestured to the conference room. Patricia and David are already setting up. We have the recording queued, the documents printed, the bank statement ready. And the purchase agreements? Already drawn up, both versions. Criminal prosecution or civil resolution. $60,000 total for their 2/3. Destiny smiled. Cold. The same amount they thought was fair for me. Poetic justice. At 9:50, Hakeem's receptionist buzzed. Mr. Washington, your 10 o'clock is here. Send them to conference room A. Destiny walked in ahead of them, sat on one side of that massive mahogany table. Hakeem sat next to her, his associates Patricia and David at the ends. 4 against 3. 4 who knew the truth against 3 who thought they were coming to win. The door opened. Marcus walked in first. That shiny suit. Too tight. Trying to look confident, but his eyes darted around, taking in the expensive art, the view, the power. Brittany followed. Bright pink tracksuit. Designer sneakers. Hair in a high ponytail. Phone already in her hand. Gloria came last. Church clothes. Purse clutched tight. Face set hard. They stopped when they saw the setup. Saw Destiny. Saw the lawyers. Marcus recovered first. Forced a smile. Well, damn, Destiny. You really went all out, huh? Please sit down. Hakeem's voice professionally pleasant. Ice underneath. They sat across from Destiny. The table between them felt like a chasm. Brittany leaned over to Marcus, not even bothering to whisper much. Where'd she even find this lawyer? He looks expensive. She's probably wasting her last paycheck. Actually, Hakeem said, Miss Williams isn't paying me anything. I'm representing her pro bono as part of a fraud case. The word fraud hit the room like a gunshot. Gloria's hands tightened on her purse. Now wait just a minute. Let's start with introductions. Hakeem interrupted smoothly. I'm Hakeem Washington, Miss Williams' attorney. These are my associates, Patricia Chang and David Reyes. We specialize in estate law, fraud cases, and criminal prosecution. Criminal prosecution. Another bomb. This is ridiculous. Marcus tried to sound amused, but his voice was tight. Destiny, what game are you playing? You signed the papers. You took the money. We had a deal. Did we? Destiny's voice quiet. First time she'd spoken. Tell me, Marcus, what exactly did I sign? The sale papers for the house. We went over this. What did the papers say? Exactly? He shifted. Legal stuff. Transfer of ownership. Standard real estate. Hakeem reached into his briefcase, pulled out a folder, opened it, slid a document across the table. The disclaimer of inheritance Destiny had signed yesterday. Could you read the title, Mr. Williams, out loud? Marcus stared at the paper, color draining from his face. It says, Disclaimer of Interest. And what does that mean? In legal terms? It's just legal language for it means, Hakeem interrupted, that Miss Williams was signing away her entire inheritance for nothing, not selling it, not transferring it for payment, renouncing it, giving it up, permanently and irrevocably. Dead silence. Gloria's head snapped toward Marcus. Marcus, what is he talking about? And this. Hakeem slid another document. Could you explain this personal loan agreement where Miss Williams agrees to repay you $60,000 plus 25% interest? That's just paperwork for the payment. It's a loan agreement, which means you weren't buying her share. You were loaning her money and making her forfeit her inheritance. She would have gotten $0 for a property share worth approximately $260,000 and would owe you $75,000 within 12 months. The math hit the room. $260,000? Gloria's voice barely a whisper. The property is worth $260,000? The property is worth $820,000. Hakeem's voice flat. Each 1/3 share is worth approximately $260,000 to $280,000. Your son told you it was worth $180,000 total, told you your share was $60,000. Gloria turned to Marcus, her face confusion and dawning horror. You said $180,000 total. You said $60,000 each. Mama, it's just estimates. The market's complicated. The market isn't complicated. Hakeem cut him off. Your son lied to you and to his sister. He found a buyer willing to pay market value. He was planning to pocket the difference. That's not, Marcus started. Do you deny telling Miss Williams the property was worth $180,000? That's what the buyer offered. Do you deny having Miss Williams sign a disclaimer of inheritance instead of a sale agreement? Marcus's mouth opened, closed. He looked like a fish. Brittany suddenly lunged forward, pointing at Destiny. You set him up. You planned this. You're trying to scam us. Actually, Hakeem said calmly, we have evidence that suggests the opposite. He pulled out a small black device, placed it on the table. Florida law allows for recording in cases of suspected fraud. Miss Williams wore this device to your signing yesterday. No, Marcus started, but Hakeem had already pressed play. Brittany's voice filled that expensive conference room, sharp, impatient, damning. Yes, Destiny, that is exactly what it is. You sign the damn paper, we give you the money for your part of the house. That's it. Now sign it so we can go. We have a spa appointment in Coral Gables at 4. The recording clicked off. The silence was deafening. Gloria stared at Marcus, her face cycling through emotions, confusion, realization, something cold. You told her it was a sale. Her voice slow, each word deliberate. You told her she was selling her part for $60,000. Mama, I can explain. When the paper said she was giving it up for nothing, it's not like that. And putting herself in debt to you. Mama, how much? Gloria's voice cracked like a whip. How much were you planning to steal from your own sister? Marcus just sat there, face gray, eyes desperate. Over $200,000, Destiny said quietly. He was going to steal over $200,000 from me, Mama, and from you. Gloria's head turned slowly. From me? The property's worth $820. Your third is $270. He was going to give you $60. He was stealing from both of us. Destiny watched it hit her mother. Watched Gloria do the math, watched her realize her golden child had been planning to rob his own mother. Marcus, Gloria's voice barely a whisper, tell me this isn't true. He tried. God, he tried. Mama, it's not what it looks like. I was trying to help. The property needs work. There were taxes. There were fees. 3,000 in back taxes. Hakeem consulted his notes, which still leaves approximately 200,000 unaccounted for. Where was that money going, Mr. Williams? Marcus didn't answer, but Brittany couldn't help herself, panicking. And when Brittany panicked, she talked. We needed it, she burst out. We have a baby coming. We have expenses. Destiny doesn't have kids. She doesn't understand. That money could have changed our lives. By stealing it from your sister-in-law and mother-in-law. Patricia spoke for the first time, dry, cutting. How noble. You don't understand. Brittany nearly in tears. Do you know what it's like trying to keep up appearances when you have nothing? How hard it is to make people think you're successful when your husband can't hold a job. Brittany, shut up, Marcus hissed. But she was past stopping. We were going to use that money to finally live the life we deserve. Move to a better neighborhood. Give our baby advantages. To commit fraud. Hakeem finished. That's what you were going to do. The room fell silent. Gloria was crying. Silent tears. She wasn't crying for Destiny. She was crying for herself, for the realization of who her son really was. Miss Williams. Hakeem looked at Destiny. You have two options here. Would you like me to explain them? Destiny nodded. Option 1. We turn all of this over to the district attorney. The recording, the fraudulent documents, the evidence of intent to deceive. Both Mr. Marcus Williams and Mrs. Brittany Williams would be charged with conspiracy to commit fraud, wire fraud, and attempted theft. Given the amount involved and the deliberate nature, they're looking at significant prison time. Federal prison. Brittany made a sound like a wounded animal. Option 2 is a civil resolution. What does that mean? Gloria asked, voice small. It means I don't send my brother to prison, Destiny said. The relief on Marcus's face was immediate, massive. But there are conditions. The relief vanished. What conditions? Marcus's voice hoarse. You sell me your shares of the property, both of you. Your 2/3 for the same price you were going to give me for my 1/3. What? Brittany shrieked. That's 60,000 total for 540,000 worth of property? That's the deal you offered me, Destiny said coldly. You thought 60,000 was fair, so that's what I'm offering you, for twice as much. This is robbery. Brittany was standing, hands on the table, face red. No, Hakeem said quietly. What you did yesterday was robbery. This is justice. We'll sue. We'll fight this. You'll go to prison. Hakeem cut her off. Do you understand what federal wire fraud charges mean? Minimum 5 years. Probably more, given the amount and the family relationship. Your baby will be in kindergarten before you get out. Brittany collapsed back into her chair. You have 60 seconds to decide, Hakeem said. Looked at his watch. Expensive. Gold. 60 seconds to agree to the civil resolution, or we hand everything to the DA. Mama, Marcus turned to Gloria, desperate. Mama, you can't let her do this. This is family. Gloria looked at him. Really looked at him. And Destiny saw something break in her mother's eyes. Something that had been there Destiny's whole life. The special treatment. The excuses. The protection. It shattered. You were going to steal from me. Gloria's voice quiet. Your own mother. I wasn't. Yes, you were. You were going to give me 60,000 and keep the rest. You were going to let me think I was getting a fair deal. She reached into her purse, pulled out a pen. Where do I sign? Mama. Mark is panicking now. Mama, we can fight this. We can sign the papers, Marcus. Gloria's voice dead. Sign the papers, and maybe we can avoid you going to prison for stealing from your family. 45 seconds, Hakeem said. Marcus looked at Brittany. Brittany looked at the documents. They looked at Destiny. Destiny just sat there, calm, cold, decided. 30 seconds. Fine, Marcus shouted. Fine, we'll sign. Just get us the damn papers. David slid 2 purchase agreements across the table, already drawn up, already prepared. Hakeem had known they'd break. Gloria signed first. Her hands weren't shaking. She signed firmly, deliberately. When she finished, she slid the paper away like it burned. Marcus had to help Brittany sign. She was crying too hard to see. Patricia notarized both documents. Miss Chang here is a licensed notary, Hakeem explained. These are now legally binding. David pulled out a check. Cashier's check from Hakeem's firm trust account, made out to Marcus and Gloria Williams for 60,000. He slid it across. Marcus grabbed it, desperate, like a drowning man grabbing a life preserver. Our business is concluded, Hakeem said. Standing. You may leave. They stood, Brittany still crying, Marcus looking like he'd aged 10 years, Gloria looking like someone had pulled out her spine. They started toward the door. At the last second, Brittany turned back, looked at Destiny, her face twisted with hate. You monster, she screamed, voice cracking, echoing in the office. You did this on purpose. You set us up. You're not family. You're a monster, and I hope you're happy alone with your disgusting money. The words meant to wound, meant to make Destiny question, regret. But Destiny just smiled. Real smile. First real smile in years. You're right. I did set you up. I won $92 million in the lottery 3 weeks ago, and I didn't tell anyone. The impact was physical. All 3 of them froze. I tested you, Destiny continued, voice steady, clear. I asked for $2,500, just $2,500 to keep from being evicted, money I didn't need, but money that would tell me who you really were. Gloria's face went white. You had 92 million, 47.8 after taxes, and not one of you would help me. You laughed, you lectured, you told me to figure it out myself. Destiny, Marcus whispered. We didn't know. That's the point. Destiny's voice rose for the first time. You didn't know. You thought I had nothing. And when you thought I had nothing, you turned your backs. But when you thought there was money to steal, you couldn't move fast enough. She stood, walked around the table, got closer. You want to call me a monster? She looked at Brittany. You tried to steal $250,000 from me and put me in debt. She looked at Marcus. You've spent years using me like an ATM while treating me like I was stupid. She looked at Gloria. This one hurt. This one cost something. And you, Mama, you took my college savings when I was 16. You spent 30 years making me feel small so Marcus could feel big. You taught me my job was to sacrifice, to give, but you never taught Marcus to do the same. Tears ran down Gloria's face. I did my best. Your best was choosing him over me. Every time. Every single time. Destiny stepped back. So yes, I set you up. I tested you. And you failed. All of you. Spectacularly. But you have millions, Marcus started. And it's mine, Destiny shouted. It's my money that I won, that I earned working 2 jobs while you planned $6,000 vacations. It's mine, and you have no right to it. None. The silence was absolute. Get out, Destiny said quietly. Take your 60,000 and get out. Marcus grabbed Brittany's arm. Gloria picked up her purse. They walked to the door. Gloria turned back. One last time. You'll be lonely, she said, voice cold, bitter. All that money and you'll have no family, no one to share it with. You'll die alone. The words meant to wound, to make Destiny question everything. But Destiny just smiled. No, Mama, I won't, because I'm going to build a real family, not one based on blood, but one based on love. Gloria left without another word. The door closed. Destiny stood there in that conference room, 31 floors above Miami, and she waited to feel sad, waited to feel guilty, but all she felt was free. Hakeem put a hand on her shoulder. Are you all right, Miss Williams? I'm perfect. Now let's talk about what we're going to do with that property. She turned from the window, back to the table, back to business. The test was over. The reckoning was complete. Now the real work could begin. 3 architects, 2 contractors, and Janet from the Overtown Housing Coalition sat around the conference table. The blueprints spread out before them showed Destiny's grandmother's house, not as it was, as it would be. The original structure is solid, the lead architect said. Her name was Sophia, late 40s, sharp eyes. We can restore everything. The pine floors, the tin ceilings, they're historic, beautiful. We preserve those while modernizing the systems. Destiny leaned forward, studied the drawings. How many bedrooms? 6, each with private bathroom. And here, Sophia pointed to an addition at the back. Community space, teaching kitchen, library, computer stations, classroom for your financial literacy programs. Timeline, 4 months full renovation. You could have residents by March. And the budget? Janet asked. Destiny didn't hesitate. $750,000 initial, $500 for renovation and first year operating, $250 endowment for ongoing programs. Janet's pen stopped moving. She looked up. I'm sorry. Did you say $750,000? Is that not enough? That's... Janet laughed, stunned. Miss Williams, with that budget we can serve 12 residents at a time, 6-month residencies, full support services, job training, legal aid. This will change lives. That's the idea. Hakeem had been quiet. Now he spoke. Miss Williams, I have the paperwork for the Althea Williams Scholarship Fund. $5 million endowment, full ride scholarships to Miami-Dade College for low-income Black and Caribbean women. 20 scholarships per year, in perpetuity. He slid the folder across. Destiny opened it, saw her grandmother's name at the top. Official documents. Real. Permanent. Her throat tightened. She'd be proud. She would be. After the meeting ended, Sophia pulled Destiny aside. Can I ask you something? Of course. Why this? Why not just write a check to charity? Why get this involved? Destiny looked at the blueprints, at the house her grandmother had built with her own hands, with decades of sacrifice. Because writing a check is easy. Building something real, something that lasts, that's harder. That matters more. Sophia nodded, smiled. We'll make it beautiful, I promise. Destiny drove to Liberty City, not to Miss Pearl's old building, to a different building, the one she'd bought 3 weeks ago, the Harmony Senior Lofts, newly renovated, working elevator, fresh paint, community garden out front. She took the elevator, the working elevator, to the top floor, knocked on the penthouse apartment. Miss Pearl answered. The smile on her face stopped Destiny's heart. Child, come in, come in. The apartment was 3 times bigger than her old one. Huge windows, real kitchen with modern appliances, 2 bedrooms, a balcony overlooking the city. You sure this is real? Ms. Pearl asked for what had to be the 100th time. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up. It's real, and you don't pay rent. You're the building manager. You get paid to live here. But I don't do nothing. You check on residents. You organize community meals. You're the heart of this building, Miss Pearl. That's worth more than rent. Miss Pearl hugged her, tight. Your grandmother would be so proud. They sat on the balcony. Miss Pearl had made Haitian frite. They ate and watched the sun set over Miami. You hear from your family? Miss Pearl asked carefully. No, and I don't expect to. That hurt? Destiny thought about it honestly. It did, at first. But then I realized something. I spent 29 years trying to be enough for them, working harder, sacrificing more, hoping if I just gave enough, they'd value me. But they couldn't see you because they weren't looking. They were looking at what I could give them, not who I was. And now I'm free to build something real. Miss Pearl squeezed her hand. You already got family, baby. You got me. You got all them women gonna live in your grandmother's house. You got Janet and the whole coalition. You got a whole family that sees you. She was right. In 3 weeks, Destiny had built more real family than she'd had in 29 years. Her phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. She almost didn't open it, but something made her look. I saw the article in the Herald about the housing project, the scholarships. I'm proud of you. Shanice. Destiny stared at the message. Shanice, who'd offered her predatory loans instead of help, who directed her toward financial ruin to get her off the doorstep. She typed back, thank you. Nothing more. Not forgiveness. Not an invitation. Just acknowledgement, because maybe that was enough. Maybe some people deserved a second look, not a second chance, but acknowledgement that they'd finally seen what they should have seen all along. Another text came through, this one from a number she did recognize. Her mother. We need to talk, please. Destiny's thumb hovered over the delete button. Would have pressed it. Should have pressed it. But something stopped her. She called Hakeem. My mother wants to talk. Do you want to talk to her? I don't know. Part of me wants to tell her to go to hell. Part of me wants to hear what she has to say. Then hear what she has to say, but on your terms, not hers. What does that mean? It means you meet her somewhere public, somewhere you can leave whenever you want. It means you listen, but you don't owe her forgiveness. You don't owe her anything. Can you be there? Do you want me there? Yes. Then I'll be there. They met at a coffee shop in Coconut Grove. Neutral territory. Public. Safe. Gloria sat at a corner table. She looked smaller than Destiny remembered. Older, tired. Hakeem sat at a different table, close enough to intervene, far enough to give space. Destiny sat down across from her mother. Thank you for coming, Gloria said. Her voice was quiet. What do you want, Mama? I want to apologize. Destiny waited. Said nothing. I made mistakes. As your mother, I made a lot of mistakes. Yes, you did. I favored Marcus. I always have. I told myself it was because he needed more help, more guidance. But really, her voice broke. Really, it was because you never asked for anything. You were so independent, so capable. You just figured things out. I figured things out because I had to, because no one was going to help me. I know. Tears ran down Gloria's face. I know that now, and I'm sorry. Destiny wanted to feel something. Vindication. Anger. Something. She just felt tired. Why are you here, Mama? Because I lost one child to federal prison. Marcus is facing charges despite the settlement. The DA found other fraud cases, and I don't want to lose another to my own pride. I'm not lost. I'm right here. I've always been right here. I know. I just couldn't see it. Gloria looked at her. Really looked. You look like your grandmother. You have her strength, her certainty. I see that now. Grandma saw me. She always saw me. I want to see you too, if you'll let me. Destiny sat back, studied her mother, this woman who'd raised her, who'd sacrificed in her own way, who'd made terrible choices, but who was trying finally to make a better one. I can't be your second choice anymore. I can't be the one you call when Marcus fails you. I can't be your backup plan. I understand. And I can't carry you. I can't fix your finances or solve your problems or make you feel better about your choices. Those days are over. I know. If you want to be in my life, it has to be as equals. Mother and daughter, yes, but equals. People who respect each other. Gloria nodded, still crying. Can I try? Can I try to be that person? Destiny thought about grace, about second chances, about the difference between forgiving and forgetting. You can try. But Mama, this isn't about money. This isn't about what I have. If you're here because you want access, no. Gloria interrupted firmly. I don't want your money, Destiny. I want my daughter. I want to know the woman you've become, the woman you've always been. Destiny looked at her, looked at this imperfect woman who'd failed her so many times, but who was, finally, trying. Okay, we can try. Gloria stood, hugged her, and for the first time in Destiny's life, it felt real, not obligation, not performance. Real. I'm proud of you, Gloria whispered. I should have said it years ago, but I'm saying it now. I'm so proud of who you are. Destiny pulled back, wiped her eyes. Thank you. Can I ask you something? What? The house, your grandmother's house. Can I help? I was a nurse for 30 years. Maybe I could teach health literacy classes, or just help. This was what change looked like. Not grand gestures, just showing up, offering to help. Yes, we could use health literacy. Talk to Janet. She'll set it up. Gloria smiled, really smiled. Then she left. Hakeem came over, sat down. How do you feel? Confused, angry, hopeful, all of it. That's normal. Is it enough, her apology? That's not for me to answer, but I'll tell you this. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's about whether carrying that anger serves you or hurts you. Destiny thought about that. I don't know if I forgive her yet. Then don't, but leave the door open. See if she can be different. And if she can't, then you close the door. But you tried. 2 months later, Destiny stood in front of her grandmother's house. But it wasn't her grandmother's house anymore. Not really. The renovations were ahead of schedule. The house was transformed. New roof, new windows, deep red paint that honored its history. Wide porch with a swing. And on the front lawn, a sign, professional, beautiful. The Althea and Pearl House, a safe place for women to rise. Miss Pearl stood next to her, crying. You put my name on it. You're the one who taught me what real family looks like. This house is for women like you, women who give everything and deserve to be honored. Child, I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything. The first residents were moving in next week. 12 women, young and old, Black and Latina, some running from abuse, some recovering from addiction, some just trying to get back on their feet after life had knocked them down. Each would get their own room, their own space, their own chance, and they'd get more. Financial literacy classes, legal aid consultations, job training, mental health counseling, child care support, everything Destiny had needed and never had, everything she could now provide. Janet walked up, clipboard in hand, always working. Destiny, the first group of residents wants to meet you before they move in. They're inside. Destiny's stomach flipped. Now? If you're ready? She wasn't ready, but she went inside anyway. 12 women sat in the new community room. Different ages, different backgrounds, same look in their eyes. Hope mixed with fear. The look of people who'd been disappointed too many times, but were willing to try once more. "Hi," Destiny said. Her voice came out smaller than she intended. "I'm Destiny Williams." "We know who you are," a woman spoke. Early 30s, strong voice. "We saw the article about how you won the lottery and could have done anything but chose to do this. This felt important. Can I ask you something?" A younger woman, maybe 22. "Why us? Why women like us?" Destiny looked at her, saw herself at that age, struggling, scared, alone, "Because I was you, not in the exact same way. But I know what it feels like to work 2 jobs and still not make it, to ask for help and be turned away, to feel like you're drowning and nobody cares." She sat down with them, not standing above, sitting with. "I got lucky. I won money I didn't earn. But before that, I lived your life. And I remember how hard it is, how lonely, how exhausting. So you built this," another woman said, older, maybe 45. "For us, for all of us, because we deserve better. We deserve a place that sees us, that helps us, that believes we're worth investing in." A woman in the back raised her hand, tentative. "What if we fail? What if we can't make it work?" "Then you try again. This isn't one chance and you're out. This is a safe place to figure things out, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. And you're not going to judge us?" "How could I judge you? I've been where you are." They talked for an hour. Questions, fears, hopes, dreams. When it was over, the first woman who'd spoken came up to Destiny. "Thank you for seeing us, for caring. Thank you for trusting me." Outside, Miss Pearl was waiting. "How'd it go?" "It went good, really good. You did a beautiful thing here, child." "We did. This is as much yours as mine." That night, Destiny sat in her new apartment. Not the studio in Liberty City, a real place. 2 bedrooms, safe neighborhood, but not too fancy, not too much. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer, but something made her pick up. "Destiny?" She knew the voice immediately. "Shanice. I know I don't have the right to call. I know I failed you when you needed me, but I wanted to tell you something. Something I should have told you years ago." Destiny waited. "When I lived with you for 8 months, when you gave me your bed and slept on the couch, when you fed my kids and never asked for a dime, you saved my life, literally. If you hadn't taken us in, I don't know where we'd have ended up." "You're welcome. I never thanked you, not really. And when you called asking for help, I should have been there. I should have given you everything I had like you gave me everything. But I was scared. I was selfish. And I'm sorry." Destiny looked out her window at the city lights. "I appreciate you calling. Do you think someday we could talk? Like really talk? Maybe, but not now. Now I'm building something new, and I need to focus on that. I understand. But Destiny, I'm proud of you. I don't know if that matters, but I am. It matters. Goodbye, Shanice. She hung up. Didn't feel angry. Didn't feel bitter. Just felt done. Done with carrying people who wouldn't carry her. Done with sacrificing for people who wouldn't sacrifice for her. Done with being small so others could feel big. She was done with that version of herself. 3 months later, the Althea and Pearl house was full. 12 residents. All of them working, learning, growing. Destiny taught financial literacy every Tuesday. Showed them how to budget, how to save, how to build credit, how to avoid the trap she'd fallen into. Gloria taught health literacy every Thursday, and she was good at it. Patient, kind, present. After class, one Thursday, Gloria pulled Destiny aside. Can I ask you something? What? Marcus. He's in prison. Federal facility in Georgia. He asked me to ask you if you'd visit. Destiny felt her jaw tighten. No. He wants to apologize. Face to face. He had his chance to apologize. He chose to scream at me and call me a monster. He chose to try to steal from me. He made his choices. He's your brother. No, Mama. He's your son. But he stopped being my brother a long time ago. Maybe he never was. Gloria nodded, sad but accepting. I understand. Do you? Do you really? I'm trying to. I'm trying to understand that blood doesn't make family. Actions do. And Marcus's actions showed who he was. And yours? Gloria met her eyes. I'm trying to show you who I can be. Not who I was. Who I can be. Keep trying. I'm watching. That's all I can ask. The final surprise came on a Saturday morning. Destiny was at the Althea and Pearl house, helping paint the last bedroom when her phone rang. Hakeem Washington. Miss Williams, I have news. Good or bad? Interesting. Marcus filed for bankruptcy from prison. He's claiming he has no assets. But here's the thing. He bought a boat 2 years ago. $45,000. Registered in Brittany's name. He claimed it in his bankruptcy filing as valueless because it needs repairs. And I had it appraised. It's worth $32,000 in current condition. More importantly, he bought it with money he borrowed from your mother. Money she got from a reverse mortgage on her house. Destiny went still. He what? He convinced your mother to take out a reverse mortgage, told her it was for business investment, used it to buy a boat. Can we get the boat? Already done. It's being seized as part of the fraud settlement. But Destiny, there's more. I pulled all his financial records. Over the last 5 years, he's borrowed over $80,000 from your mother. None of it paid back. $80,000. Her mother's retirement. Gone. Does she know? I don't think so. Not the full extent. Destiny closed her eyes. I'll tell her. She found Gloria at the house, in the classroom, organizing supplies for next week's class. Mama, we need to talk. Gloria looked up, saw Destiny's face. What's wrong? How much money have you lent Marcus over the years? I don't know. Some. Why? Hakeem pulled his financial records. Over the last 5 years alone, you've given him $80,000. None of it paid back. Gloria sat down hard. 80,000? Including the reverse mortgage on your house. The one he said was for business investment. He used it to buy a boat. He said he needed it for the car detailing business. The new one. The one that was finally going to work. There was no new business, Mama. There was a boat that he's now claiming is worthless in bankruptcy while we're seizing it for $32,000. Gloria just stared, processing the decades of lies, the manipulation, the theft. I gave him everything, she whispered, everything I had, and he just took it. Yes, while you were working 2 jobs and asking for $2,500, and I said no. Yes. Gloria put her face in her hands, cried, not gentle tears, hard, racking sobs. Destiny sat next to her, didn't touch her, just sat. When Gloria's crying slowed, she looked at Destiny. How do you not hate me? I did, for a while, but hating you just hurt me more. How did you stop? I realized something. You can't make people see you. You can't make them value you. All you can do is value yourself. Build the life you deserve. Surround yourself with people who see you. And you did that. I did that. Gloria wiped her face. The house. The reverse mortgage. I'm going to lose it. Destiny had been waiting for this, dreading it, but also knowing it was coming. No, you're not. Destiny, I can't ask you. You're not asking. I'm offering. I'll pay off the reverse mortgage. The house stays yours. But Mama, this is the last time. You understand? This is the last time I carry Marcus's debt. The last time I fix his mess. I understand. And when he gets out of prison, if you choose to help him, that's your choice. But it can't involve me. It can't touch me. Those boundaries are permanent. Gloria nodded. Agreed. They sat in silence. Finally, Gloria spoke. You broke the cycle. What? The cycle. Of me sacrificing for Marcus. Of you sacrificing for me. You broke it. You said no. You drew boundaries. You built your own life. You broke the cycle. Destiny had never thought of it that way. But Gloria was right. She had broken the cycle. And in breaking it, she'd found herself. 6 months after that conversation, Destiny sat in the community room at the Althea and Pearl house. Across from her, a young woman named Maya fidgeted with her resume. It looks good, Destiny said. Really good. You think they'll hire me? Maya was 24, had been living in her car when she came to the house 4 months ago. Now she had a job interview at a bank, entry level. But it was something. I think you're going to walk in there and show them exactly who you are. Smart, capable, ready. I'm scared. Good. Scared means you care. Scared means it matters. Maya looked at her. Can I ask you something? Anything. Why do you do this? Like really? You could be on a beach somewhere. You could be doing anything. Why are you here every Tuesday teaching us about credit scores? Destiny thought about that. Because someone did it for me. Not the money part, but the seeing me part. My grandmother, Miss Pearl. They saw me when nobody else did, and it saved me. So you're paying it forward. I'm building the family I wish I'd had. Maya nodded, smiled. Well, you're doing it. This place, these women, we're all family now. After Maya left, Janet found Destiny in the kitchen. We have a problem. Destiny's stomach dropped. What kind of problem? Apartment 4, Teresa. She's been here 3 months. She's supposed to be looking for work. But one of the other residents said she saw Teresa's boyfriend coming around, the one she's supposed to be away from, the restraining order one. You sure? I'm not sure of anything. But if it's true, if she's letting him back in her life, it puts everyone here at risk. Destiny closed her eyes. This was the part she'd known would come. The hard part. The part where being kind wasn't enough. Set up a meeting. Me, you, Teresa, tomorrow. You want your mother there? She's good with the residents. Destiny paused. Surprised. Yes, actually. Yes. The next day, Teresa sat in Destiny's office, 29 years old, 2 kids, black eye healing from 3 months ago, the one that finally made her leave. Teresa, we need to talk about something. Teresa's face went defensive immediately. If this is about Carlos, is Carlos your ex, the one with the restraining order? He's changed. He's different now. He's going to therapy. Has he been here at this house? Teresa looked down. Once, maybe twice, just to talk. Destiny felt her chest tighten. Teresa, you signed an agreement when you moved in. No contact with abusive partners. Not just for you, for everyone here. If he knows where this house is, he puts 11 other women at risk. But he's changing. He promised me. Gloria spoke, her voice gentle but firm. Baby, I've been a nurse for 30 years. You know how many women I saw in the ER? How many times I heard he's changing right before they came back with worse injuries? But you don't understand. I love him. And my kids, they miss their father. Your kids watched him hit you, Gloria said. That's what they learned. That love looks like violence. Is that what you want to teach them? Teresa started crying. I just want my family back. This is your family now, Destiny said. These women, your kids, you, that's your family. And we will protect you. We will support you. But you have to protect yourself too. What are you saying? I'm saying if Carlos comes here again, you can't stay. Not because we don't care, but because we can't risk 12 women and their children for one woman who won't protect herself. Teresa's face crumpled. You're kicking me out? No, I'm giving you a choice. Him or us. Him or your future. Him or your safety. That's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. None of this is fair, but it's real, and you have to choose. Teresa left without answering. Gloria stayed. That was hard, Gloria said. I hated it, but it was right. You can't save people who won't save themselves. Destiny looked at her mother. When did you get so wise? When I lost everything and had to figure out who I was without it. Gloria paused. Speaking of which, Marcus called me from prison. Destiny's jaw tightened. And? He wanted me to ask you to drop the charges. Said if you just dropped them, he could get out sooner. He could be with his baby. What did you tell him? I told him no. I told him you didn't press charges. The DA did, because he committed crimes. And I told him that even if you could drop them, I wouldn't ask you to. Destiny stared. You said that? I did. And he got angry. Said I was choosing you over him. Said I was a terrible mother. Gloria's voice was steady. And I told him he was right. I was a terrible mother. To you. For decades. But I was trying to be better. And part of being better meant letting him face the consequences of his actions. What did he say? He hung up, and I haven't heard from him since. They sat in silence. I'm proud of you, Mama. Gloria's eyes filled. I'm proud of me too. First time in a long time. That evening, Destiny met with Hakeem in his office. He had spreadsheets pulled up. I wanted to show you something, he said. Your financial impact over the last 6 months. He turned the screen. Numbers. Big numbers. The Althea and Pearl House, $750,000. The Althea Williams Scholarship Fund, $5,000. Ms. Pearl's building purchase and renovation, $3,200 reverse mortgage payoff for Gloria, $127,000 legal fees and operational costs, $450,000 personal investment fund for women entrepreneurs, $6,000 total deployed, $15.5 million. You still have $32.3 million in your accounts, plus the investment income, which has been substantial. Destiny looked at the numbers. And the impact? 12 women housed and supported at the Althea and Pearl House. 20 young women getting full ride scholarships this year, 40 next year. Ms. Pearl's building has 32 seniors living rent control for life. The Entrepreneur Fund has supported 8 new businesses, all women of color, all succeeding. That's a lot of lives. That's a lot of lives, Hakeem agreed. And Miss Williams? The story is getting attention. The Miami Herald wants to do a feature. National outlets are asking. Your foundation is becoming a model. I don't want attention. I know, but attention brings more resources, more partnerships, more impact. Destiny thought about that. What do you think I should do? I think you should tell your story. Not for you, for all the women out there who feel invisible, who feel like their families don't see them. Your story gives them hope. Okay, set up the interview. The Miami Herald reporter's name was Jennifer, early 40s, sharp eyes, recorder on the table between them. So let me get this straight, Jennifer said. You won $92 million dollars. Before telling anyone, you tested your family by asking for $2,500. They all refused. So you set up an elaborate plan to catch your brother trying to commit fraud against you. That's accurate. And then you used your money to build housing for at-risk women, create scholarships, and invest in women's businesses. Yes. Why? Destiny looked at her. Because I spent 29 years being invisible to my own family, being valued only for what I could give, never for who I was. And I decided that if I had the power to make sure other women never felt that way, I was going to use it. Your brother is in federal prison. Yes. Do you regret what you did? Which part? Testing them? No. I needed to know the truth. Setting the trap? No. He committed real fraud. He deserved real consequences. But he's your brother. He stopped being my brother a long time ago. Maybe he never was. Jennifer leaned forward. Your mother. I understand she's teaching at your facility now. How did that happen? She apologized. She's trying to change, and I decided to give her the chance. Why? Because I realized something. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about me. Carrying anger was hurting me more than it was hurting them. So I put it down. But you didn't put it down for your brother. My mother is trying. She's showing up. She's putting in work. Marcus is still making excuses, still blaming everyone else, still thinking he's the victim. What would it take for you to forgive him? Accountability. Real accountability. Not, I'm sorry you felt that way. But I was wrong. I hurt you. I stole from you. I treated you terribly, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to be better. Has he said that? No, and I don't expect he will. The article came out 2 weeks later. Front page. Above the fold. Lottery winner builds empire of empowerment. How one woman's family. Betrayal became a community's salvation. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Destiny's phone didn't stop ringing. Emails flooded in. Women sharing their stories, their own family betrayals, their own struggles. I'm you, one email read, except I didn't win the lottery. I'm still working 2 jobs, still sending money to my brother, still being invisible. Your story made me realize I don't have to. Another, I haven't spoken to my mother in 5 years because she chose my addict brother over me every time. Reading about you gave me permission to stop feeling guilty about it. And another, I'm starting my own business. The banks all said no, but I saw you have an investment fund. Can I apply? Janet called. Destiny, we're getting applications. Lots of applications. Women who want to live at the house. Women who need the scholarships. Women who want funding for their businesses. That's good, right? It's overwhelming. We need to scale up. Hire more staff. Maybe open a second house. Destiny thought about her bank account. $32 million and change. Let's do it. Let's open a second house. But not everything was positive. A letter came to Hakeem's office. No return address. Postmarked from Georgia. From Marcus. Hakeem called. You have mail? From your brother? Do you want me to open it? No. Send it here. The letter arrived the next day. Destiny stared at the envelope for an hour before opening it. The handwriting was Marcus's. Messy. Rushed. Destiny, I've had a lot of time to think in here. About what I did. About who I've been. You were right. About all of it. I used you. I stole from you. I treated you like an ATM and not like a sister. I told myself it was okay because family helps family, but that was just an excuse. The truth is, I was jealous. You were always smarter, always more responsible, always the one who figured it out. And instead of being proud of you, I resented you. I wanted you to need me so I could feel important, so I could feel like I mattered. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I wanted you to know I finally see what I did. I finally understand how badly I hurt you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're building the life you deserve. And I hope someday you can think of me without anger. I'm sorry. Marcus. Destiny read the letter 3 times, looking for the angle, the manipulation, the ask for money or help or forgiveness. But there wasn't one. It was just an apology, a real one. She called Gloria. Mama, Marcus wrote to me. I know. He told me he was going to. Did you tell him to? No, I told him not to. I told him you didn't owe him your time or attention, but he wanted to anyway. He apologized, like really apologized. Good, it's a start. Do you think he means it? I don't know, but I think prison is giving him time to see who he really was. Whether that changes who he'll be, that's up to him. What do I do with this? Whatever feels right to you. You don't owe him anything. Not forgiveness, not a response, nothing. Destiny folded the letter, put it in a drawer. She wasn't ready to forgive. Maybe she never would be, but she could acknowledge it. And maybe that was enough. That Saturday, the Althea and Pearl House held its first graduation. 3 women completing the 6-month program, moving out, moving forward. Maya was one of them. She'd gotten the bank job, saved money, found an apartment, was ready. I don't want to leave, Maya said, crying, happy tears. This place saved me. And now you're going to save yourself, Destiny said. But we're always here. This is always home. What if I fail? Then you come back. You try again. Failure isn't the end. Giving up is. The 3 women stood up front. Destiny handed each a certificate, a keychain with the house symbol, a check for $1,000, seed money for their new start. You came here with nothing, Destiny said to all of them. You leave here with skills, with confidence, with a family who believes in you. Don't forget where you came from. And when you make it, when you're stable and strong, help someone else. We will, Maya promised. I swear we will. After the ceremony, Ms. Pearl pulled Destiny aside. You see what you did here? We did. All of us. No, baby. You. You took your pain and turned it into purpose. You took your anger and turned it into action. You broke the cycle. Gloria walked over. Overheard. That's what I told her. She broke the cycle. Miss Pearl looked at Gloria. They'd been civil, but not close. 2 women who loved the same person but had very different relationships with her. You trying, Miss Pearl said. It wasn't a question, a statement. I am. Good. Keep trying. They stood together. 3 women. 3 generations. 3 different kinds of family. That night, Destiny couldn't sleep. She got up, drove to her grandmother's house, to the Althea and Pearl house, sat on the porch swing, the one she'd installed, the one her grandmother would have loved, A window opened upstairs. One of the residents. Teresa. Miss Destiny, you okay? I'm fine. Just thinking. Teresa came down, sat next to her on the swing. I wanted to tell you something, Teresa said. I ended it with Carlos. For real this time. I told him if he came near me or this house again, I'd call the police. And I meant it. What changed? You. What you said. About my kids. About what they're learning. I don't want them to think love looks like what me and Carlos had. I want them to see something better. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too. They sat in comfortable silence. The swing creaking. The city quiet around them. Can I ask you something? Teresa said. Sure. Do you think family is who you're born to or who you choose? Destiny thought about Marcus's letter, about Gloria's transformation, about Ms. Pearl's unwavering love, about these 12 women and their growing bonds. I used to think it was who you're born to, Destiny said, but I was wrong. Family is who shows up, who sees you, who pulls you up instead of pushing you down. Then we're family, Teresa said simply. All of us here, we're family. Yes, we are. Later, back in her apartment, Destiny pulled out Marcus's letter. Read it again. She couldn't forgive him. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But she could hope. Hope that he was finally seeing clearly. Hope that he'd become someone different. She pulled out paper. Started writing. Marcus, I got your letter. I don't forgive you. I'm not ready for that. But I acknowledge your apology. You hurt me in ways I'm still unpacking. You stole from me. You used me. You made me feel worthless. But you didn't break me. You showed me who I didn't want to be. And in doing that, you helped me become who I am. I've built something beautiful with the money you tried to steal. I've helped women you'd never see. I've created family from strangers who show me more love than you ever did. So, in a weird way, your betrayal was a gift. It freed me. I don't know if we'll ever have a relationship. I don't know if I'll ever trust you, but I hope you become someone worth trusting. Not for me, for your child, for yourself. Good luck. Destiny. She sealed the envelope, addressed it to the federal prison in Georgia, mailed it the next morning. She didn't expect a response, didn't need one. It was closure, for her, on her terms, and that was enough. 1 year later, Destiny stood in front of a second house, same neighborhood as the first, 3 blocks away, just as beautiful, just as full of hope. The sign read, "The Gloria Williams House, where second chances begin." Her mother stood next to her, crying. You named it after me? You earned it. You showed up. You put in the work. You became someone different. I don't deserve this. Maybe not. But you're building toward deserving it, and that counts. The second house would hold 10 more women, 22 total now. 22 women getting a real chance. Janet walked up with her clipboard. We're at capacity for both houses, and the waiting list is 67 women long. 67. The number hit Destiny hard. We need a third house. We need 5 houses, Janet said, but let's start with 3. That evening, Destiny met with her investment team. The Women's Business Fund had grown, 8 original businesses, all succeeding, and now they wanted to expand. We need more capital, the fund manager said. Her name was Patricia, sharp, smart, no nonsense. The demand is overwhelming. We have 43 qualified applicants, women with solid business plans, good credit, real potential, but we can only fund 8 this year. How much would we need to fund all of them? $4 million. Destiny didn't hesitate. Do it. Miss Williams, that's a significant do it. These women have been told no their whole lives. I'm not going to be another no. Patricia smiled. Yes, ma'am. After the meeting, Hakeem pulled her aside. You're spending a lot. I have a lot to spend. You had 47.8 million. You're down to 21 million. At this rate, I'll run out of money in 3 years. I know. I can do math. And that doesn't concern you? Destiny looked at him. Hakeem, I could die tomorrow. A car accident, cancer, anything. And if I die with 21 million in the bank and only 50 women helped, I wasted my life. But if I die broke with 500 women helped, that's a life well spent. Hakeem studied her, then nodded. Fair enough, but let's make sure you don't die broke. Let's make this sustainable. What do you mean? I mean, we set up the houses as a nonprofit. We fundraise. We get grants. We bring in other donors. We make this bigger than you. I don't want to fundraise. I don't want to be the face of this. You're already the face of this. The Herald article went national. You've been on Good Morning America, The Today Show. You're the lottery winner who built an empire of empowerment. Use that. Destiny hated the attention, hated being recognized, hated strangers knowing her business. But Hakeem was right. If she wanted this to last beyond her money, beyond her lifetime, she needed help. Okay, set up the nonprofit. But I'm not doing interviews. I'm not doing speaking tours. I'll show up. I'll tell the story once. But that's it. Once is all we need. 2 months later, the Althea and Pearl Foundation hosted its first fundraising gala. 500 people. Tickets started at $5,000. Destiny wore a dress that cost more than her first car. Hair and makeup professional. She looked like someone she didn't recognize. You look beautiful, Miss Pearl said. She was there too. Guest of honor, wearing a dress Destiny had bought her. I look ridiculous. You look powerful. There's a difference. The gala raised $2.4 million in one night, enough to open the third house, enough to fund another year of operations. But the best part came during the speeches. Maya stood at the podium, the young woman who'd been living in her car, who'd graduated from the program a year ago. 1 year ago, I was homeless, scared, alone. I'd applied to 37 jobs, got 37 no's. I was about to give up. The room was silent. Then I found the Althea and Pearl house. And Miss Destiny didn't just give me a room. She gave me a chance. She taught me about credit, about budgeting, about believing I was worth more than I thought. Maya's voice broke. Today, I'm a loan officer at a bank. I help people like I was. And last week, I bought my first house, a real house, with a yard, for me and my daughter. The room erupted in applause. Maya looked directly at Destiny. You saved my life, and now I'm going to spend my life saving others. That's what you taught me. That's your real legacy. Destiny couldn't speak, could barely breathe. She just nodded. After the gala, Destiny went home, took off the expensive dress, put on sweats, sat on her couch. Her phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. I saw the gala on the news. You look beautiful. I'm proud of you. Shanice. Destiny stared at the message. Shanice, who she hadn't spoken to in over a year. She typed back, "Thank you." That was all. No invitation. No reconciliation. Just acknowledgement. But 10 minutes later, another text came. "Can we meet? Just coffee. Just talk. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to show you something." Destiny's thumb hovered over the delete button, but something stopped her. Okay, Saturday, 10 a.m., Panther Coffee in Wynwood. Saturday morning, Destiny arrived first. Ordered coffee. Sat outside. Waited. Shanice walked up 10 minutes later. She looked different. Older, tired, but also somehow lighter. "Thank you for coming," Shanice said. Sat down. Nervous. "What did you want to show me?" Shanice pulled out her phone, showed Destiny photos. A small storefront. Bright. Clean. A sign that read, "Shanice's Styles, Natural Hair Care." "I opened a business 6 months ago. It's small. Just me and one other stylist. But it's mine." "That's great. I got a small business loan from your fund, the Althea and Pearl Women's Business Fund. Patricia helped me with the application, with the business plan. She didn't know we were related. Or maybe she did and didn't care." Destiny felt something shift in her chest. "You applied to my fund?" "I didn't know if it would get approved. I thought maybe you'd blocked my name or something. But Patricia called me, said my application was strong, said I qualified." "How's it going?" "Good, really good. I'm breaking even, building clientele. My kids are proud of me. And Destiny," Shanice's eyes filled with tears, "I'm proud of me. Oh, for the first time in my life, I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I'm happy for you. I wanted to tell you in person, and I wanted to say thank you, not just for the loan, but for showing me what's possible, for showing me that you can start over, that you can become someone different." They sat in silence, drinking coffee, the past between them like a bridge, not crossed, but visible. "Can I ask you something?" Shanice said. "Do you think we'll ever be family again?" Destiny thought about that. Really thought about it. "I don't know. Maybe not like before, but maybe something different. Maybe something better. I'll take that." They parted with a hug. Not the hug of people who were close, but the hug of people who were trying. And maybe that was enough. 3 weeks later, Destiny got a call from the federal prison in Georgia. "Miss Williams, this is Warden Thompson. Your brother Marcus Williams has asked to speak with you. He's being released next week. Early release for good behavior." Destiny's heart stopped. "He's getting out?" "Yes, ma'am. And he specifically requested we contact you. He wants to see you before he leaves." "No, ma'am. No, I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. He can be released. He can go wherever he wants, but he stays away from me." "Understood. I'll relay that message." Destiny hung up, called Gloria immediately. "Mama, Marcus is getting out next week." Silence. Then, "I know. He called me." "Are you going to see him?" "I don't know. He says he's different. He says prison changed him." "Do you believe him?" "I want to, but I learned the hard way that wanting something doesn't make it true." "What are you going to do?" "I'm going to wait. If he's really different, he'll show me. Not with words, with actions, with time. And if he's not different, then I'll survive, because I have something now I didn't have before. I have myself. I have purpose. I have you. That's enough." 2 days later, Destiny was at the Althea and Pearl house teaching financial literacy when Miss Pearl appeared in the doorway, face pale. "Baby, there's someone here to see you." "Who?" "Brittany." Destiny went cold. Brittany, Marcus's wife, who'd screamed at her in that conference room, who'd called her a monster. "Tell her I'm busy?" "She's got her baby with her. She's asking for 5 minutes. That's all." Destiny wanted to say no, wanted to tell Miss Pearl to make her leave, but something about "she's got her baby" stopped her. 5 minutes. Brittany stood in the front yard, holding an infant, maybe 6 months old. She looked nothing like the woman from the conference room. hair pulled back, no makeup, exhausted. "Thank you for seeing me," Brittany said, voice small. "You have 5 minutes. I wanted to apologize for what I said, for what we did. You were right about everything." "Okay. Marcus is getting out next week, and I'm terrified." Destiny said nothing. "He calls me from prison, tells me everything's going to be different. He's changed. He's learned his lesson. But I've heard that before, and I believe him every time. And every time he goes right back to who he was." "Why are you telling me this?" Brittany looked at her baby. "Because I don't want to raise my son the way your mother raised Marcus. I don't want him to think he's entitled to everything, that he deserves things without earning them, that he can use people, and it's okay." "Then don't." "But I don't know how. I don't know how to break that cycle. And then I saw the article about your houses, about what you're doing, and I thought," her voice broke, "I thought maybe you could teach me." "Teach you what?" "How to be strong, how to say no, how to protect my son from becoming his father." Destiny stared at her. This woman who'd been cruel, who'd been greedy, who'd screamed at her, but who was also a new mother, scared, trying. "You're not asking for money." "No, I'm asking for help. Real help. I want to take your financial literacy class. I want to learn how to budget, how to survive on my own if I have to, how to protect myself and my baby." Destiny thought about everything she'd learned, about cycles, about change, about who deserves help and who doesn't. And she thought about her grandmother. What would Althea say? "Classes are every Tuesday night, 7 p.m., child care provided. Don't be late." Brittany's face crumpled. Thank you so much. "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for your son. He deserves better than what Marcus can teach him." "I know, and I'm going to make sure he gets it." After Brittany left, Miss Pearl came outside. "That was a good thing you did?" "I don't know if it was good. I just know it was necessary." "Same thing, child, same thing." That Tuesday, Brittany showed up to class, on time, baby with the child care volunteer, notebook and pen ready. She sat in the back, didn't talk to anyone, just listened, took notes. For 4 weeks, she came every Tuesday, never missed, never complained. On the 5th week, Teresa, the woman who left her abusive boyfriend, sat next to Brittany. "You're new here." "Yeah, I'm Brittany." "I'm Teresa. What brought you?" Brittany hesitated. Then, "I'm trying to make sure I can survive without my husband, in case he doesn't change like he promises." Teresa nodded. "I know that feeling. It's scary, but you're in the right place." After class, Destiny pulled Brittany aside. "You're doing good. Keep coming." "Can I ask you something?" "What? Do you hate me for what I did?" Destiny thought about that. "I did, for a long time, but hate takes energy, and I decided to use that energy for something better. I don't know if I can ever make up for what we did to you. You can't. What's done is done, but you can make different choices going forward. For yourself, for your son. That's what I'm trying to do." 6 months after that conversation, Marcus showed up at Gloria's house. Destiny was there. Sunday dinner. The tradition had resumed, but different now. Smaller. Just Gloria, Destiny, and Miss Pearl. The knock on the door stopped all conversation. Gloria opened it. Marcus stood there, thinner, older, eyes different, holding a small bag. "Hi, Mama." Gloria didn't move, didn't hug him, just looked at him. "Can I come in?" "That depends. Are you different or are you just saying you're different?" "I'm trying to be different." "Trying isn't good enough, Marcus. Not anymore." He saw Destiny through the doorway. Their eyes met. Hi, Destiny. She didn't respond, just looked at him. I got your letter. I wanted to thank you for being honest, for not pretending. You're welcome. Can we talk? Just for a minute? Destiny looked at Gloria, at Miss Pearl. They both nodded. She stepped outside, closed the door behind her. Marcus looked different. The arrogance was gone, the cocky smile, the certainty that everything would work out because it always did. I'm not here to ask for anything, he said. I just wanted to tell you in person. I'm sorry for everything. You said that in your letter. I know, but I needed to say it to your face. I needed you to see that I mean it. What do you want from me, Marcus? Nothing. I know I don't have the right to ask for anything. I just wanted you to know that I see what you built, what you're doing, and I'm proud of you. You don't get to be proud of me. I know, but I am anyway. They stood in silence. Brittany's taking classes at your house, Marcus said. Did you know that? I'm the one teaching them. She said you're helping her, even after what we did. I'm not helping her for you. I'm helping her for your son. I know, and that's more than I deserve. He paused. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm not even asking you to give me a chance. I just wanted to say thank you for showing Brittany there's another way, for giving her the tools I never gave her. You're welcome. And Destiny, I'm going to be different this time. Not for you, not even for Brittany, for my son. He deserves better than me, so I'm going to become better. I hope you do, for his sake. Marcus nodded, started to leave, then turned back. You broke the cycle. You did what I couldn't do, what Mama couldn't do. You broke it, and you built something beautiful instead. He left before she could respond. Destiny stood there, feeling something she hadn't expected. Not forgiveness, not trust, but maybe the beginning of hope. 1 year later, the Althea and Pearl Foundation opened its 5th house. 50 women total. 100 had graduated the program. 23 had started businesses. 42 had bought homes. The scholarship fund had put 80 young women through college. 12 had graduated, all with jobs, all succeeding. Ms. Pearl's building was thriving. The residents had started a community garden, a meal sharing program, a support network that extended beyond the building, and Gloria had become the foundation's director of health services, full-time, paid, respected. The gala that year raised $6.2 million, enough to open 3 more houses, enough to expand the scholarship program, enough to keep it all going. During her speech, Destiny looked out at the crowd, saw Maya in the front row, next to Shanice, next to Teresa, next to Brittany holding her now 2-year-old son, saw Miss Pearl and Gloria sitting together, laughing at something, saw Janet and the entire Housing Coalition team, saw donors who never met her but believed in the mission, saw a room full of people who'd chosen to be family. 3 years ago, Destiny said into the microphone, I won $92 million, and I thought that was going to change my life. The room was silent, but what really changed my life was losing $2,500, or rather, asking for it and being told no by everyone I thought was family. She paused. That no forced me to see the truth. That family isn't blood. Family is choice. Family is showing up. Family is the hand that pulls you up. She looked at Miss Pearl. Family is the 71-year-old woman who offered me her rent money when she had nothing, who saw me when everyone else looked away. She looked at Gloria. Family is the mother who made mistakes but chose to change, who put in the work to become someone different. She looked at the graduates in the audience. Family is the women in this room who survived things that should have broken them, who chose to rise instead, who chose to help the next woman up. Her voice got stronger. I tested my blood family 3 years ago. They failed, spectacularly. And I thought that meant I was alone. But I wasn't alone. I was just looking in the wrong place. Family wasn't behind me. It was ahead of me, waiting for me to build it. So I built it, with houses and scholarships and businesses and hope. I built it with every woman who walked through our doors, every graduate who paid it forward, every donor who believed, every volunteer who showed up. We built it together. And this family, this chosen family, this is the family that lasts. She raised her glass. To family, the real kind, the kind that shows up. The room erupted. After the gala, Destiny drove to the original house, the Althea and Pearl house, let herself in quietly, sat on the porch swing, the one her grandmother would have loved. Miss Pearl found her there. You okay, baby? I'm perfect. Miss Pearl sat next to her. They swung in comfortable silence. You proud of what you built? I'm proud of what we built, all of us. Your grandmother would be so proud. I hope so. They sat there as the sun set, two women who'd chosen each other, who built something real from the ashes of something broken. You know what the best part is? Destiny said. What's that? This is just the beginning. 50 women now, but there's no limit, no ceiling. We keep building, keep growing, keep helping, until every woman who needs a hand up gets one, until no woman feels invisible, until chosen family is the norm, not the exception. Miss Pearl squeezed her hand. You're going to change the world, child. No, we're going to change it. Together. And sitting there on that porch swing, in the house her grandmother built, surrounded by the family she'd chosen, Destiny Williams finally understood something she'd been searching for her whole life. She'd been looking for people to value her, to see her, to choose her. But the real power wasn't in being chosen. It was in choosing herself, and then choosing others, in building something so strong, so beautiful, so real that it would outlast all of them. Her family had tested her, and she'd failed their test on purpose. But in failing, she'd found something better. She'd found herself, her purpose, her real family. And she built a legacy that would help thousands of women do the same. The test wasn't whether her family would help her. The test was whether she would help herself, whether she'd have the courage to walk away from people who didn't see her value and build something with people who did. She'd passed that test, and in passing it, she'd created something that would pass the gift forward for generations. Family isn't who you're born to. Family is who shows up, who sees you, who pulls you up. And Destiny Williams had built an empire of people who showed up, who saw each other, who pulled each other up. That was her revenge. That was her victory. That was her legacy. Not the $92 million, not the houses or the scholarships or the businesses, but the unbreakable truth that when people push you down, you don't have to stay down. You can rise. You can build. You can become something better than they ever imagined. And you can help others do the same. That was real power. That was real family. That was real love. And it was worth more than all the money in the world.